You ever wonder why some people manifest things easier than others? Some people I've seen just think about something and boom, it pops up in their life and it's right there in the 3D. The reason why this happens is because of their connection with their intuition. I have tested this so many times, and when I am fully tuned in, fully tapped into my intuition, going with the flow, everything is so much easier. I'm going to break down 3 principles of manifestation and talk about that intuitive link between the two and how you can use your intuition to get exactly what you want, to get the life of your dreams, everything that you've been manifesting quicker. Sometimes on our manifestation journey, we are very tuned in. We are able to manifest things quicker than others. And then all of a sudden it stops working. This is the missing link in those situations too. There are so many different manifestation techniques out there, lots of different methodologies. And in my own practice, I use bits and pieces from all of them. The one that most closely resonates for me is reality transurfing, which if you haven't heard about this is based on the book of the same name by Vivian Zealand. The underlying principle there is that there are an infinite number of possible lifelines. And through the methodology, you are able to line up with exactly what you want. The other technique that really resonates with me is Neville Goddard and, of course, the law of attraction. And when you put all of the different methodologies out there together, it becomes a very powerful tool to launch you into the lifeline that you most highly resonate with. The first way that you should be using your intuition and manifestation is even getting to the place where you want to manifest. Through that deep connection with your intuition, you will have a greater understanding of the lifeline that is for your highest and best. And so before I even get to the place where I am understanding what I want to go for, understanding what I'm working towards, that intention, I sit with my intuition. I have that conversation. Remember, it's always a conversation with your intuition. The nudges, the information, you can get that information through having a process and asking your intuition, what is for my highest and best? The next piece is visualization. And in reality transurfing, this is called a slide. Every single modality talks about visualization, the power of visualization to get what you want. And when you are creating your slide, and the way I like to do it is to create a scene that is very short, 3 to 10 seconds at most, something that just is a snippet of what it would look like, what it would feel like when your intention is manifested in the physical. So if it is a job that you are manifesting, it might be you sitting in that desk for your new job or talking to your boss about a project, whatever that job would entail. It allows you to feel what that would be like. It allows you to see what that job would feel like. And it's a very powerful method. And so in creating that slide, in creating that scene that's going to play in the back of your mind all the time, using your intuition to understand what it would feel like, what that intention would be like, is a very powerful way to get the results that you're looking for. The next piece is what I call flow, which in reality transurfing is outer intention. So the difference between inner intention and outer intention is the difference of flow. Inner intention is your internal desire to push something forward into existence. I want that job. I am going to go on the internet and search up every single job opportunity and put 100 resumes out there and call up different prospective employers and ask about those jobs and call them and find out if they've pulled your resume out and so forth. Outer intention is when you are highly connected to your intuition and you are letting the universe guide you. Ever have one of those experiences where something random out of the blue just shows up in front of you? You are at the grocery store and all of a sudden the person that can get you to your goal just randomly shows up there. You're in the right place at the right time. That's how outer intention works. And that happens when you are deeply connected to your intuition. When you're not pushing and forcing, when you take a step back and you allow your world to unfold around you, you don't have that high level of importance. You're not worried about how you're going to get that job or whatever it is you set your intention for. And at that point, the universe is able to show up for you to help you achieve your goals. When I was working on developing my own intuitive skills, this is how I got to the point where I was developing my intuition. That's what I was manifesting at the time. I knew intuition was something that all of us had, that we all had the ability, but I was pushing up against that wall. I was trying to see things with my 3D eyes to get guidance, and nothing was happening. When I let go of that, when I decided, I made a conscious choice that I was going to let things unfold for me, I kind of gave up. I think that's how it happened. Out of the blue, I was invited to an intuition development circle in which I was able to practice. And through that practice, I was able to understand what it felt like when my intuition was speaking to me. And from there, develop the process that I teach now on this channel and the course and the ebook and everything that I am doing right now. It is the flow that allows the universe to show up for you. When you are on your manifesting journey and you are working on something, when you see and find yourself pushing, take a step back and clear your mind through meditation. Start having that conversation with your intuition on the steps that you need to take right now in the moment to fully allow yourself to open up. You will find that you will run into the right people, run into the right materials, run into the right teachers to achieve whatever that goal for your intention is. The next piece is pendulums. Again, this is another reality transurfing term. Pendulums are energy systems that goal is to hook us into something. They're pushing and pulling us. So for instance, let's take money. Money is a pendulum, and common beliefs surrounding money are pendulums. There's also pendulums about jobs. Whatever you're manifesting, you want to make sure that you are free and clear of those energy systems, so it allows the outer intention to come through. It allows that flow. And so if you feel like you are getting hooked in to these pendulums, to these energy systems that are drawing you away from you achieving your goals and your manifestations coming into reality, ask your intuition to show you what you need to do to clear those pendulums from your life. An example of how I used my intuition was when I was going through my divorce. There are so many pendulums around divorce. And the biggest pendulum is that divorce is hard. Divorce will ruin you. Divorce rips families apart. And I was experiencing this so much, to the point where my ex was trying to take my kids away from me. My goal was to get divorced, and I had taken the first step in doing so. I served divorce papers. I moved out of our family home. I got an attorney. And no matter which way I turned, something was showing up in front of me, blocking me, to the point that it took me 3 years to get divorced. When I finally shut off all of the emotions, the anxiety and fear that were popping up for me, those pendulum hooks, I was able to get those pendulums off of me, and finally everything started to coming together to get me to the point where I was able to get divorced. Those papers were signed, and my son, who was struggling so much through that divorce and my relationship with him, because I was asking for a divorce from his father, all of a sudden started to fall away. Our relationship started to repair, and life became easier. So if you are struggling with your manifestation, I want you to seriously take a look at how you can leverage your intuition to get what you want, because that is the missing link. Out of all the people I've worked with, out of all the manifestation stories I've heard, it all comes back to that one piece. How are you using your intuition to leverage what you want? If this is resonating with you, this is your sign to work on your relationship with your intuition, to start having those conversations with that intuition feedback loop to get you past all of the blocks you're experiencing. If you haven't downloaded my ebook yet, this is a great first step for you to start learning how to have those conversations with your intuition. You can get everything in the description below. I think you'll really like this video to get you started on having that deeper connection with your intuition.